Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about Dragon Quest Dai no Daai Boken, which is on episode 79, or Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai on episode 79. This episode right here was actually pretty nice, and it was a nice send-off, I guess, to something. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Hyunkuro and him ends up continuing the clash against each other, you know? We have to it that him will later on find, Hyunkuro will later on find him's weakness here and there. But sadly, however, he tried doing a crazy suicide move or something, but self-destructive move, but it did not work. And him will later on punch Hyunkuro a couple times and manages to defeat him, you know? And we have to it that, we get to see a scene with Pop, Dai, and Mom talking with each other and getting ready to go back into action, you know? However, we have to it that they get interrupted by Mr. Vern, and he gets ready to take on Dai, Pop, and Mom, you know? Then we get to see a scene switch with Hyunkuro decided to show his fortitude and decides not to give up, you know? We have to it that Hyunkuro decides to discard his armor, spear, and weapon and decides to use everything he has with his Toki art, with his aura or Toki whatsoever. You guys get the cue. If you read the manga or you've been up to date with the anime and watched it already, you know what I'm talking about. But we have to it. Him was actually surprised to see Hyunkuro willing to make that kind of observing attack whatsoever, you know, and so forth. Eventually, him decides to go for a powerful charge and does the same thing as Hyunkuro, you know, and decides to go for Aura Knuckle instead of Heat Knuckle, you know, that kind of thing. Eventually, Hyunkuro and him ends up managing to ends up charging towards one another, but Hyunkuro's fist managed to land a big blow on him's body, you know, and manages to defeat him. We have to it that Hyunkuro had to make a bet right there. He could have done the hollow stance like he used against Baron, but he knew that the moment him strikes at him, he will die, you know, because it's already game over here and there. As the episode continues on in its stead whatsoever, Hyunkuro does tell him that he had to pull it off with you having to charge at him, you know. It was a life or death instant when he had to land a blow on him. And Hyunkuro only won because him decides to take on Hyunkuro of a one-on-one advantage kind of thing, you know, that kind of stuff. And we have to it, Hyunkuro also says to him, you could have beaten me with just your martial arts and so forth, you know, if you just did that. However, him says, well, if I did that, I wouldn't be satisfied, and he prefers death in a fair fight whatsoever, you know, because that's just how he is, and so forth, and so on, you know. And we have to it that him tells Hyunkuro to finish him off since he's the victor. However, Hyunkuro decides not to, and that he tells him to live for his friends and Lord Howler whatsoever, and that if he ever survives and Hyunkuro himself survives, they can always have a fight again, you know, that kind of thing. Him was kind of moved by his words of wisdom or preaching or speech whatsoever that he says, if I am able to move, I would have punched you right now. We had to it, however, their reunion would be short-lived, and for him to go to Mam and Dai and Pop for healing becomes cut short because Gladius or Maximum, I think Maximum, that's his name whatsoever, shows up and gets ready to take down Hyunkuro and him. And the reason, and surprisingly enough, we see a bunch of Orihaukum and everything else warriors, you know, is right there, which him was wondering why are there so many pieces, you know. And we have to it that the king piece shows up and says we all have 16 pieces of chess whatsoever, you know. 5 was already given to Hadler, but there's actually many other powerful assets as well. I am Vern Palace's greatest and most powerful guardian right now, named Maximum. I'm the king piece Maximum. I'm oh dear, here we go. And we get to see to it that him and Hyunkuro will later on be shown in front of Block and Sigma, Funburn, and a bunch of hymns, you know, Orihaukum pieces getting ready to go into action. Him therefore tells Hyunkuro to go on ahead. However, Hyunkuro decides to make his last stand anyway and gets ready to go into like a battle, you know, and so forth. Preview next episode is called Checkmate, so it looks like to me things are about to get really hectic, though we don't really know how it's going to go. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.